just 4 days before the 8th anniversary of the Columbine shootings. Today I spoke with one survivor who says he can see many similarities between what happened that day in Colorado and today at Virginia Tech.
I feel so bad for the families that they didn't even get a chance, not one chance to say goodbye to their kids.
The shootings at Virginia Tech bring back vivid memories for Mark Taylor, who will never forget that day 8 years ago at Columbine High School when he was shot at least 7 times.
They see it on TV, but it's not the same as actually being there in the action, having bullets fly past your head, having 1 second you're in normal prison, next minute your life's over with.
He almost died that day, lying on the ground for hours before he was rescued. All he wanted to do was tell his family he loved them.
That's probably what these kids were going through when they got shot. They're probably saying, oh, I wish I could see my parents before I die.
Taylor was in Des Moines with his mother, Donna, and Dr. Ann Tracy, who's been studying the link between antidepressants and school shootings. Dr. Tracy says most of the recent school shooters have been on some type of antidepressant, and she thinks it will be the same at Virginia Tech.
There's been enough clues already. The early morning hours when it happens, the previous shooting, and then returning to shoot more people is another clue.
Taylor says he was blessed to survive. Now he wants to help educate the public on the dangers of antidepressants, which the 2 gunmen at Columbine were both taking. He's written a book and hopes his story will help others.
I think God allowed me personally to go through something to make me stronger, a stronger believer, to have more faith in Him. And my message to the victims in that community is to forgive.
Taylor was in Des Moines today for a book signing. His new book is titled, I Asked, God Answered, A Columbine Miracle.
Today's April 22nd, 2009. It's been 10 years and 2 days since the Columbine shooting. And I'm here today with Mark and Donna Taylor. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
And Mark, one of the things we wanted to talk about today was what happened in Colorado Springs a couple of years ago. You were in Colorado Springs at some kind of a facility, is that correct?
Facility?
In Colorado Springs, did you stay at a halfway house or someplace?
The Lighthouse?
Yeah.
What was the name of it?
The Lighthouse.
Is it hard for you to remember the lighthouse in Colorado Springs? Or would you rather not talk about it? Denver, and you live in New Mexico now, right?
Well, yeah.
So who you been staying with when you've been up here?
When I was up here?
Yeah. Up in Colorado for the anniversary, who you been staying with? It's hard to remember?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember writing your book?
Oh, yeah. I didn't really write it.
Well, tell us about your book. What's the book about?
Oh, it's about my being shot.
What's the main point of the book? after the shooting, within a year or so, Mark was back to 90% normal.
Yeah.
He was doing interviews with you. He wrote a book. When did the book come out?
The book came out about 3 years ago. It's called I Asked, God Answered, A Columbine Miracle by Mark Taylor.
Okay, so 3 years ago,
Yeah.
was he still sort of functioning about 90% of what he was before the shooting?
He started to go downhill about 2 years ago.
Can he drive now?
No.
But he could drive 2 years ago?
He could have, yes.
No, was he driving 2 years ago?
Yes, he was.
What kind of car was he driving?
He's driving a 2002 Lexus RX 300.
And was he having accidents or
Never had an accident.
no tickets, no accidents?
Not that I know of.
But now he can't drive.
No, he cannot.
And why is it he can't drive today?
Because they put him in the mental ward unexpectedly about a little more than a year ago. And it altered him completely into some kind of a zombie.
Oh, so he was in the forced psychiatric treatment for a while?
Yeah. I was out of town trying to work to get a life and to get us a home. I was trying to work hard. I was working for an attorney, and then...
of course, at this point, how old is Mark? He's not a minor.
He's not a minor.
So
No.
2 years ago, he goes into...
Some kind of craziness.
Well, 2 years ago, he goes into some sort of psychiatric facility in Colorado Springs.
Right, yeah.
Who invited him there?
I don't know. They just said he did something in a mall, and he told me later he was set up. He didn't belong in there.
So it was a forced hospitalization?
Absolutely. Okay.
What were they medicating with him in the hospital?
Progesterone, Paxil, Lexapro, just all the antidepressants you could think of. And
Phyllis, you said the family's not doing too well. Tell me what you see at the household, the Taylor household, that lets you know they're not doing too well.
Goodness. I see a lot of stress and pain, and they are more like burnout from the trauma and need help. And even I believe financially, it have worn them down. They really could use a lot of help.
So at this point, Mark pretty much needs full-time care, and Donna, you're providing that, yes?
barely.
Mostly. I mean, you take him everywhere you go, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So you going out and getting a full-time job is not really possible.
No.
Because Mark needs full-time care.
That's right.